2, 1.
Welcome to Book Talk. I am your host, Dimpho Mogale. Today we'll be speaking to a photography expert. Click, click, yes, that flash we'll be speaking about someone from the photography world, someone who takes beautiful portraits and beautiful images, explaining and telling stories through the life of flash. Let's welcome Lungisani Mjaji. Hi Lungisani, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm great.
All right. Thank you for coming to our show today. So, our first question that I want to roll with, who is Lungisani Mjaji?
Lungisani Mjaji is just a village boy from a small village called Kwanongiti, in a small township also called Hadingi, where I can see Eastern Cape. It's a walking distance from home to Eastern Cape. Yes.
So, I want to know more about your history. When did you start picking up the camera? Where was the inspiration from? Where did it hail from?
I didn't know anything about photography. So I remember in my high school, I was just a troublemaker. So I didn't like school. Also, now I don't like school. Also. And my friend Afika Mdela was using a power shoot camera, a very small camera. So I get interested in shooting, like I get interested. He introduced me in photography. So I remember it was in 2015. Then we finished school in 2017. Then after that, like I didn't afford to buy any camera or anything. Then I went to college in 2019. It's where again I started to love photography, to fall in love again to photography. It's where I got introduced by the friend of mine. I won't mention her name. Then lecturers, they saw that I'm interested in photography, so they invested me. They bought me a very expensive camera. It's where I started to photograph.
Would you say them helping you and enabling you and funding you with that camera inspired you to take the images that you take today?
I say to take the images that I'm taking today, I'm being motivated by what I see every day at the village. And I can say my art is different because I never shoot weddings. I never shoot parties or anything. I always document my mom. I always document people from my village. I'm currently running the project. It's called My Footprint, where I show the world the beauty of my village, where I drag the opportunities from the cities to my village.
With your footprint project, now that your niece is now the face of Albany, she's called the Albany girl, and she's making waves, and you also, as the photographer, are making waves. How does that make you feel?
Like, I can say most of the people, they say it was just a picture. Like, it was just a picture. I didn't wake up in the morning, then took those pictures just nje, yabo. Yeah, I planned those pictures. So to give you the background, so my niece was playing with the box of the cornflakes. I was playing with the box of the cornflakes. So I saw she was wearing the shorts that's matched with the box. So I saw her running with the box. So I asked my assistant, there's other guy, Siabulela Kikaba. He's my assistant when I'm at the village. So I told Siabulela that, no man, we can do something with this box and my niece. Then to make the story short, we shot the images, then over and over and over again until I get 3 best shots. I posted on my social media the first 3 images with Bokomo. Then I posted on my social media. Then they went viral. Then I saw how South Africa, they like my niece. So in that way, I was motivated that they like my niece. So I wanted to create more. So I asked for 20 rand from my mom. So my mom gave me 20 rand. Then in the morning, we wake up in the morning. Then I asked her, is there any T-shirt or a dress that can match with the bread or something blue or something? Then my mom said no. Then the kids that were helping me to shoot Bokomo, then they said no, Letu, she does have the dress, the blue dress. Then we took the blue dress, then we went to the shoot. If you can check on my TikTok, there's the video with the sound, the Segupelile. It got 5 million views now. Then it's where we went to the shoot. It's where we went to the shoot. Then it's where things happened.
Absolutely. And how did that collaboration make you feel now that you've achieved so much and are making waves?
I think sometimes like I feel like I'm scared. Sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I'm scared. Sometimes I just feel like it's separating me to the young people right now, because the young people, they are not seeing me as the same before. Some, they are praising me, which I don't like that. I still want to play with other kids. They must look up to me. Also, I must be their friend. Yeah, something like that.
So now that you've explained your journey, now we're taking it back to your education. Where did you study?
I'm currently at Tswane University of Technology. I'm doing my second year commercial photography. Yeah, I'm doing commercial photography.
Is there added pressure for you now that you are known as the man behind the camera for the Albani Girl, ultimately following up with Parmalat? Is there any pressure from your lecturers, fellow students?
Yeah, I think in photography, good for you as good as your last photograph.
True.
Yeah, so sometimes there's no pressure because they know that when you take a photograph, the next day you take another photograph. It won't be the same with the first photograph, but you have to pull up your socks.
True.
Yeah.
And with that, what have you learned throughout, or what have you learned through this period of your journey into taking it into your photography skills that you are now honing?
Like, what have I learned in this journey? Like, photography, photography can connect you with people in different ways, spiritually, physically, emotionally. Photography, it's there. You can be anything when you're a photographer, anything that you want.
Right. Thank you for that explanation. Now that you have previously mentioned in a news interview that you prefer rural photography, why is that?
Like, a painter from the city will never paint the same as the painter from the village.
True.
Like, what I see in the village is different what I see in the city, because I don't know the city. So I grew up in the village. At the village, I photograph with my heart. In the city, I photograph what I see at that time. So I believe that I can't create something in the city because I'm not from the city. So I must create something at the village because I know each and every corner at the village, and it's where I'm safe.
So what are your challenges as a young photographer, as a youthful photographer?
My challenge is as a young photographer, it's like photography, like you need a lot of time. You need to spend a lot of time behind the camera. You need to invest yourself. like thinking of being creative, thinking of your next move. Like, I don't have enough time to play with other kids. Like, I'm always thinking about my next move. I'm always thinking about being creative. It's a nice thing to be a photographer, but also there's no time to play. Yeah.
And what are your successes that now you enjoy of being a photographer?
My success is that enjoying it's that now I can call the biggest photographers in South Africa. I can call them, chat with them. Yes, I can call them, chat with them. I can collaborate with them. Yes, something like that. The biggest achievement is that now I'm swimming with big fishes. Yeah.
You're now in the tank. You're now in the tank. So, and thank you for sharing that with us. But now, what I want to ask you next is someone who's sitting there at home, being like, I want to be like you. How would you advise them to go into the path that you have taken?
Like, I believe like everyone on earth, we are here for different assignments. No one can be like Lungisani Mjaji.
True.
Just stay on your lane. You can look up to me, but you will never be me.
Yeah.
But just stay on your lane. Keep believing.
And with that belief, has that carried you into the photographer that you are now? Seeing that you are young and you are fresh, and it being your second year university.
Like, people always have opinions about what you do, but to be honest, what I do, I'm being motivated by my mom. Like, she doesn't have anything. Like, she's coming from a poor background. Like, where parents support only the result, not the process. But my mom, she managed to support the process.
Yeah.
She managed to support the art, where it's scarcity in black families to be supported when you are doing art.
Yeah.
Like, I believe I'm who I am today just because of my mom, of being patient.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, man. Kudos to moms out there who support their kids in an industry that's unfamiliar and so very small. Kudos to you, Ma. Backwards, I want to ask you in terms of what message do you have for our viewers at home, especially for the parents, now that you've mentioned your mom, they're like, my child cannot be in like a photography space, in an art space, it's a waste of time, like it's a side hustle. You must rather be a doctor or mechanic or whatever. So what is your advice to that parent sitting back and being like, my child cannot be a photographer or a painter or whatever?
Like, I wanted to be a policeman. Yeah, I wanted to be a policeman. So now I'm studying photography. I can still be in that field. I can still be close to the police industry by doing photography.
Yeah.
When you do photography, when you study photography, you can work any place that you want to work. You can be a medical photographer, you can work in a local municipality, you can work any field that you want to work to.
Are you speaking as a commercial photographer?
Like commercial photography, like at TUT, they are not teaching us about to be commercial photographers. They are teaching us to to do different things. They are teaching us techniques about photography. Then when you finish your studies, it's where you're going to decide, am I going to be a sport photographer? Am I going to be a commercial photography? Am I going to be a product photography? But you are not glued to be a commercial photographer. You can choose what you like.
So with follow-ups to that, as the different forms of photography, what are you interested in, or what do you want to specialize in?
I'm Lungisani Mjaji. I just want to specialize in various genres of photography, but mostly I would just want to do documentary photography. But the place that I'm going to invest myself in, where I'm gonna generate some profit because you need some money. Yeah, it's sports photography. Yeah, it's sports photography. Actually, I'm currently running the project. It's called We Have Stars at the Village. We Have Stars at the Village, where I'm photographing young stars at the village, like showcasing their talent, then bringing them to the world.
Right. So what are your future plans for Lungisani? What does that look like?
My future plans, like, right now, like, I'm planning to open an art gallery at the village. Yeah, opening an art gallery at the village. Then, I don't wanna lie. Like, in this coming, like, maybe next year or after next year, I will just sleep at my bed, then generate some profit, because I'm gonna create a team. I'm currently I'm creating a team now, like under innovative photography. Actually, I have a company. It's called Innovative Photography, where I recruit some best photographers at TUT, not only at TUT but from South Africa. Then we shoot.
And how does your company lead into mentorship? Now that you want to get others into your company, does that also lead into mentorship? For example, for me, from your village, I don't know anything about photography. So does that include mentorship, or will you include mentorship?
I actually, I have a friend. His name is Chatita Molo. He studied at Nelson Mandela. He studied photography. Yeah, he's a graduate. He's a very good landscape photographer. So we were planning to open some master classes for photography also. Yeah.
Do you know when that will be?
As soon as possible.
All right. My last, not towards question, but my last question, my second last question, let's put it like that. We earlier had Enoch, who did a shout out here on the show, and previously you said that you desired to meet him, but unfortunately, I didn't know. But do you have any shout out for him? If he's watching right now, what would you say to him?
Enoch is the king. Is the king of arts. I respect Enoch. I knew Enoch before he knows me. Like, I followed him since I was young. Like, I think Enoch's story, it's the same story as mine. Because I remember he painted black coffee with the coffee or something. Yeah, then he went viral. I think Enoch's story and my story are the same, and that's why we are connected in many ways with Enoch, and I really respect Enoch, and I'm looking forward to collaborate with him. I'm looking forward to collaborate with him. Although we do not know each other, but we know our art. So, but I just want to collaborate with him. Then I respect Enoch. I repeat, I respect Enoch. He's the king. Yeah.
Sure. Now, as much as you are a professional photographer, can you say a growing professional photographer? Now I can pick up my phone and be like, khatla, khatla, khatla. and post it on Instagram and be like, I don't need TUT, I don't need bits. What do you say to people who are like, I don't need education to be a photographer? Nancy phone, I'm a photographer. What do you say to that?
There's nothing can replace or will replace photography. Photography, like, was there before me, before, like, it was there in the history, and it's here now.
Sure.
We have phones. I also have a phone, but the picture that I can take with the phone is the different with the picture that I can take with my camera. I'm not saying like, okay, let me ask you the question like this. Everyone can take a picture. Not everyone can be a photographer. Everyone can take a picture. Let me put it in this way. You can take a picture. You can take a picture, a lucky picture or something, beautiful picture with your camera or something. That is lucky if you are not a photographer, if you don't know anything about photography. Me, as someone who studied photography, I know the invention of the picture, the start of the picture, the creation of the picture. I know some terms of photography in the picture. I can tell, like, how was the picture taken? How can you manipulate this picture? How can you do this in this picture? I'm not saying as photographers we are different, but if you get the paper in photography, it's easy to find a job. It's easy to get connected. But if you're a self-taught photography, it is hard. Like I'm saying, you can spend 10 years trying to master photography as a self-taught, but I will just spend 3 years studying photography, then master photography. So us, we go to school just to limit some time. We go to school just to have some few time learning photography so that we can be masters of photography.
True.
Yeah.
And now, leading into the next piece of our conversation, now we're at the village. I mean, your beautiful village that you take so much. And people are like, yeah, man, good enough boy, putting us on the map. And then don't they call you and be like, hey, Lungisani, come take a picture of my wedding. Hey, Lungisani, come do this.
People from my village, each and every individual at the village, I photograph them free at the village because it's my village.
Yeah.
I don't see myself generating like making money at the village, making some profit at the village because I grew up there.
Yeah.
The way that I'm gonna make money, like with the people from the village, it's through my footprint. It's through my art. Not them calling me for their weddings or anything. Because if they call me for their weddings, I'm not saying they can't afford me, but my prices are too high.
Yeah.
My prices are too high because they are not paying only me.
Yeah.
They are paying my assistant, they are paying for my equipment, they are paying for everything. As photographers, like we hire equipment, we hire lights and everything. So a minimum price of a wedding, like just a day, for me, it's 24,000. People from the village, where can they get that? It's just a minimum price, not a maximum price. Yeah, something like that.
Now that you've worked with Bunny and Permanent, the next brand that you'd like to work with, or brands, it can be brands, hey, that you'd like to work with.
No, I didn't work with Albany. I just took a picture.
Oh,
Like, yeah,
Thank you for that.
yeah.
clarification.
Also, I didn't work with Pamela. They just sponsored my niece and the crash with 100 liters of custard. Yeah, 100 liters of custard. It's a year supply. Yeah, the brands that I wanna work with. I don't wanna work to my local municipality. I don't wanna work like I don't want to work to them. I just want to work with them. Umzi wabantu local municipality. I just want to collaborate with them.
Yeah.
I just want them and uku district. Then I just want them to sponsor my art so that I can do more.
Hopefully they're hearing you out there. For those that he has mentioned, please sponsor your boy. Sponsor your boy. And yeah, I'd like to say thank you once again.
Thank you so much.
And my last statement would be, I want to say I appreciate you coming here for your efforts and for your time. And lastly, I want to ask you, how do we get into contact with you?
You can follow me on my Instagram. It's myfootprint_innovative. Then on Twitter, it's Mjaji Lungisani, @Mjaji Lungisani. On TikTok, it's innovative. It's innovative_4G or Lungisani Mjaji. Then on LinkedIn, it's Lungisani Mjaji. On Facebook, it's Lungisani Mjaji.
It's the same all over.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for telling your story and not other people's stories, but your own, and sticking to what you know and showing the beauty of our country. We are thankful to everyone who has contributed to you and your development, and thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Thank you so much.
He rose and he continues to rise and rise again. And to his niece, you're so cute. You're so cute. Let nobody tell you any different. And as we close off the show, take that image, take that camera. How you see yourself in the mirror and how you are reflected is how you're reflected in the world. And join us next time on Books Talk. I am your host, Dimpho Mogale. Peace.